Hi, this is the next lesson in the practice course, and we are using Philip Johnston's book, The Practice Revolution. Okay, the topic for today is shiny object polishers. This is a very, very common mistake in practicing. Here is the worksheet that comes along with this. You'll have this to read through so you remember what it is. The problem is you spend all your practice time working on things you can already do well. If your practicing sounds great all the time, you're doing this. Okay, and it's understandable why people do this. Think about this. Would you rather sit down to the piano and sound bad or sound good? It really makes you feel better if you sound good when you sit down to play. Is it more enjoyable to have to really play slow and think and concentrate? Or is it more enjoyable to just sit down and have the music just flow? Okay, so we get that. However, if you're sitting down and the music is just flowing, you're not practicing, you're playing the piano, which is awesome. Practicing is that other thing. Practicing is slow, practicing is concentrating, practicing is it's like fixing all the little things that are wrong, and you're making mistakes. Practicing is not fun to listen to. It doesn't flow, it's not beautiful, and it's not easy to do. So naturally we kind of want to do the thing that sounds good and is easy. Okay? You're not practicing if you're doing that. It's okay to sound bad while you practice. In fact, when you sound bad and you make the mistakes and the rhythm's awful, that's when you know it's good, because that's how you know what you have to work on. If your practicing sounds great all the time, you're practicing the wrong things. In fact, you're not even practicing. You're just playing. So when you're practicing, you have to really focus, concentrate, and risk sounding bad, because you're going to sound bad sometimes, most of the time. Okay, here's how we overcome this. Don't practice for time. That means don't, just for this week, we're going to not set the timer for 30 minutes or 60 minutes or however long you think you need to practice. Don't worry about the time. Instead, practice for a result. Practice for polishing something that isn't polished already. Here's how we're going to do that. Break up the piece into small sections. When I say a small section, I mean either 2 measures or 4 measures. Not more than 4 measures. You need to turn in a copy of your music with all the circles and whatever you did to break it up. What I usually do is circle, like those 2 measures, and then move on to the next 2 measures, and then the next 2 measures, so you can circle them. Or you could go, okay, 1, 2 measures, squiggly line. 1, 2 measures, squiggly line. However you want to do it. But turn in a copy of all your broken up measures, 2 measures or 4 measures. Then I also want you to put a number on them. Number them 1, 2, 3, 4, however many there are in the song. That way you know, all right, I passed off number 2. Check, that's good. And you know exactly where you are in your music when you say number 2. Okay? That's how you set this up. So we've got it set up. We have it broken down into small sections. Now, play through the whole song, and I want you to find the section that is the worst. Okay? So once you've played through the whole song, one section is going to have more mistakes than all the others. If it's tied, that's fine. Just pick one of them that's the worst. That's what you're going to work on. And for your practice today, you're going to practice the notes, the rhythm, the fingering, the dynamics. Then you're going to try to make it sound like it's going to be the background for a movie. You want it to just sound awesome at the end of your practice today. Only that section, that one little section, not the whole song. All right. So then at the end of your practice, that section is really good. Then tomorrow, you've already got all the circles and the numbers. You just play through your whole piece, and hopefully a new section is the worst. You're looking for the worst. Once you've practiced it, it's gone up the ladder a little bit. Now there's a new one that's the bottom. That one at the very bottom is what we're going to practice today. And you can get one section a day done, maybe two, maybe three, as long as your focus. If you start to just get frazzled, and it depends on how long it takes you, go with how much energy you have. If you can do more than one in a day, let's get two done. That's probably plenty. Okay. So that is your assignment. I want you to practice 5 days with this technique. So you'll have to divide it up in 5 days. You have to get the whole song to where it's all good. And fill out the evaluation form, and then we can get this passed off. Okay, good luck.